Gosh, it never does get old, does it? Never does get old. It's still just as sweet as it was. What? It's been 2.5 months, I guess month and a half. I've realized now that I'm officially getting to the age now where there is no time. Is there really time?
Thank you. Now you know how I felt.
Does time actually exist? Because I don't think time actually exists, even in the least. It's just like I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to a lot of things. But how's it going?
Good, my friend. I have started something this week. I have started a Twitch account.
Oh,
yes. I had a whole 3 people watch me play Twitch or play Gran Turismo 4 on Twitch on Monday and Tuesday. So we're shamelessly promoting Kid Clem over on Twitch. Give it a follow. That's right, because Kid Clem Twitch is a proud sponsor from the Pressbox.
I'm gonna go in there and block that account right now to make sure that I can never see anything with it. Paul asks, "Is that facial hair?" Yeah, try something a little different. Maybe I'm not sure how far I'll go, but hey, it's the best part is the summer. It's a little bit more laid back, a little less stress, so it's a good time to try to.
No, it's good. It only took you like 8 years later than everyone else to grow some goatees. So good job.
Well, what can we say? Puberty's tough, right? But I guess you're probably feeling good though, because your coworker is no longer out of the country, so you don't have to work like 95 hours a week. So now you're just down to 90 a week, right?
90, yes,
okay.
Yes. Yeah, you don't understand, like on small, like small, and Sam, you get this, and maybe Paul, maybe you do too. But small companies, when somebody goes on vacation,
it's all hands on deck.
It kills. It just kills. And listen, I get it. I'm going to take my own vacation here in a couple of weeks. Everyone's got to take their own vacation. But oh my gosh, I am so tired of covering down to make sure stuff gets done, because it feels like I always get the shaft on this kind of stuff. Like, his shift is 6 to 2. My shift is 7 to 5. So I still have to come in at 5:30. It's 7. My shift is like 7 to 4:30. I never leave at 4:30. So while the morning show guy gets to leave at 2:15, I still have to stay because I still have responsibilities to go.
You still have to do your own job.
Right. But when I leave, you better believe that those guys still leave at 3:30 in the afternoon and just say, screw it, we're leaving. And I'm just like, wait a minute, why is it that, do I just need to leave? Do I just need to just at 2:15, I left early the other day, and my boss, Randy, was like, oh, are you leaving? And I'm like, yep, I am. Absolutely.
You can see so much of what we do is like, and like Paul says here, we have to make sure someone is there to cover certain jobs. And the toughest part, at least in ours, is you have to make sure the person you get to cover your shift actually knows what they're doing.
Which isn't always the case.
Exactly. Like I've always said, my biggest fear, and I think it probably fits a little bit, you're at least somewhat luckier because you have people that could fill in, is, knock on wood, I have not missed a game because of illness. But I've always, for one, because I'm stubborn as hell, and I'd probably be, they'd have the IV tower next to me with some fluids on there, and I'd be like, let's do it. We got a game to go.
I missed that football game because of my surgery.
That's right.
That was a 41-38 win in overtime. They came back.
If you would have done it, it would have been a running clock, without question.
I know. They came back from being down by 13 to take the game into overtime, and then they won in overtime. And I'm sitting there in my chair all doped up, trying not to lose my mind at this. And Christy's like, you want me to shut it off? And I'm like, no, don't shut it off.
See, I don't know if I was in your scenario there that I could even watch it. Like Steven says, those cough drops saved us a couple games. Absolutely. Yeah, the cough drops are a lifesaver. Paul wants to know how your shoulder is. How is your shoulder?
It's okay. I think I need to go back and do a little bit more physical therapy on it. It's much better. I can do but it's it's stiff. I can't explain it. It just feels.
So what
feels stiff.
what are you throwing? Only like 97 now?
84.
What was the fastest you ever threw?
68
kilometers.
Shut up.
I don't even know what that is in miles. What do you? I don't even. I can't do that. Yeah, I can't.
I live in America, man. You kidding me?
You lived in Britain for a while, though.
I did.
You did.
I did.
You lived in Britain longer than I have.
Like Canadian Dan's not here to.
Oh, he'd be so mad right now.
Kilometer.
He'd be so mad right now. But no, I don't even know the hardest I ever threw because I don't know that I ever had the opportunity to truly like measure it.
We went over to those machines, but like me and a bunch of guys, like that was our goal. So like we went and we warmed up beforehand, so we were all ready to go. So because a lot of times with those is you got guys that are just throwing without practicing beforehand.
Oh yeah.
But me and like 3 other guys were like, hey, we should go over and do the pitch machines. We got to warm up before we do that. So we literally stood outside our car and like tossed the baseball around a few, for like 10, 15 minutes.
Bert wants to know, is that a mug root beer? I don't know who he's asking.
No. We have Yingling here in Illinois. I know that's not there in Michigan yet. I know it's coming, but you guys don't have Yingling.
It only has been in Kentucky for the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. So
which is so why why is that? Like, why? I don't understand.
You'll get your Yingling soon, Bert.
I don't understand it. You remember last week though? I was telling you that I had my my question of whether I would be able to do my Friday bouncing back and forth between Western and Bowling Green High School. And Leroy, I will report to you that I did succeed. Running back and forth between the games.
How much time did you? Was it close?
Not. I mean, I probably had 10 minutes to spare.
Okay.
And a couple. But what's funny is that I stopped. I had a little bit of extra time in between the third and the fourth, where I was going from Bowling Green High School back to Western, and that's when I stopped to check and see if they had a hat for you, and then I got some lunch. And I remember I'm like, okay, probably should head there. If by the time I park, I'll have like 20 minutes to kill at Diddle. And I walk in and the team is warming up and there's 5 minutes on the clock. And I'm like, well, looks like they're starting early. It's like, thank goodness I didn't decide to have a few more French fries and decided to leave when I did, or I would have missed, because that would have made me so angry. But I do love root beer too, Paul. I do like root beer. But I succeeded in that. Which is good, but they don't do summer basketball up there, do they not?
Not really. They do training camps and summer camps and things like that, but they don't do any like league play. It's all Little League and JFL up here. So it's all Little League and Junior Football League. That's all they do. Basketball is just, I don't understand how basketball is so big in Indiana and Kentucky, and for whatever reason, it's just not. And don't get me wrong. I mean, they play it. I mean, the guys that play in high school will go to the YMCA every night and play. One night they asked me to play, and I was like, "I'm good, guys. You embarrass me enough without."
How many trips up and down the floor do you got?
8, if that.
Oh, no chain. Especially because I think I've told the story before, and Steven, I'm with you. That's exactly what I thought. I can't believe a summer game started early, especially a summer game that was like the 6th to 7th of the day. Like, I can't believe it started.
At that time, it should be.
Yeah, you'd think that it was right. Yeah,
25 minutes late.
But at Western one day, so at Preston Center, which is WKU's gym that they have, and there's like 8 courts in there.
Yeah,
we'll just say 8. And I remember one time I was there with a couple of buddies, and we just got a basketball and we were shooting in like the back corner because we were just screwing around. I think we were playing horse or something, just having a good old time. And I still don't know how. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Steven got hurt and has been in a cast now for 10 weeks for playing hoops. So he hurt his foot somehow. So yeah, it was father time snuck up in that run.
Yeah, well,
But
listen, I was just not going to get embarrassed by a bunch of they were all better than me. I sucked. I sucked up even even in what would be considered my prime. I still sucked at basketball.
So this is the I am going through, and next thing I know, I am on what they classify as Court A at Western, which is that's the one where people who actually like play basketball play. And somehow I am in a game there. And I still, to this day, don't know how I got involved in it. But we played like a full 40-minute game, full court press. Leroy, I could barely walk the next day. I was like, geez, but also they look at me and, I'm about 6'2".
Oh, they think you can play.
Well, no, they look at me and they're like, you're 6'2", you're a post. And I'm like, no, I am not. Like, they're like, yeah, go guard the 6'8" guy. I'm like, no, I'm a guy. I'm going to be a wing. I'm going to shoot threes, and I'm going to kind of play defense, but I'm really not.
See, and I'm much better on the defensive side than I am on the offensive side.
Like, I'll hit threes. I can hit free throws and so on. But my goodness. Oh, Paul, getting old absolutely sucks. I'm realizing that is. I would be a ragdoll in the post. Listen, I'm not going to deny that. Not going to deny that at all. I knew it, but they were like, get down there.
All right, Sam. So Paul sent over his immaculate grid for the day. Okay.
I've already looked at the immaculate grid, and I was struggling with it a little bit.
He is missing a rookie of the year who played second base. So we're looking for a rookie of the year who played second base.
Oh, gosh. The name that is coming to mind, and I don't think he ever won Rookie of the Year. But here's a good poll for you.
Okay.
Do you remember Ricky Weeks?
The name is familiar, yeah.
For the okay, he never did win the Rookie of the Year.
There's no way that man won Rookie of the Year.
But Ricky Weeks was a name from the Brewers.
Roberto Alomar? Did Alomar win Rookie of the Year?
Sixth in Rookie of the Year. So that's at least something. Ryan Howard won it that year. Gosh, that list, I'm just looking at the NL Rookie of the Year. Ryan Howard won, Willie Taveras in second, Jeff Francoeur in third, Garrett Adkins in fourth, and Zach Duke in fifth. That's a good list of that.
Did Alomar win? Did Alomar win Rookie of the Year? Roberto Alomar?
Alomar did not. Did Biggio? Steven's dropping in a Craig Biggio.
Craig did.
Paul did Craig Biggio win Rookie of the Year? Because I know, I'm trying to think of Reds. I don't know that Joe Morgan did. Brandon Phillips didn't. Matt McClain didn't. I don't know who it is. No, Craig Biggio did not win Rookie of the Year. Interesting. I've also started doing, and I don't know if I've sent it to you. I know Paul has started doing them as well, but The Athletic in New York Times does what they call sports connections.
Oh, that's interesting. I just looked at the actual list. Go ahead.
Oh, second baseman Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. Are there any obvious ones we're missing?
There's one you're missing, and you should know it.
Is it Joe Morgan?
Mm-mm.
So is it a Red?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are they going to count Pete Rose in that list?
They are not.
Okay. A second baseman.
Oh, they do have him on this list.
I was going to say, because you could put Pete Rose on there, Paul, but I don't know if they're, I guess Pete Rose did play second base.
There's a couple other options on here.
Uh-huh. Chuck Knobloch?
Yep. Knobloch's on
Paul.
here.
There you go, Paul. There's a name for you there.
Yep. Chuck Knobloch is on that list. Absolutely. So now that we've got it, here's the list. You ready?
Okay.
Jim Gilliam, Ken Hubbs, Pete Rose, former Cubs manager Jim Lefevre, Rod Carew, Ted Sizemore, Sweet Lou Whitaker, Steve Sachs, Chuck Knobloch, Dustin Pedroia, and Jonathan India.
Oh, India. How did I forget India? Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. There's one that you really should know.
Yeah, India. Yep, 100%. 100%. That's wild. Yeah, Jonathan India.
There was an old Chuck Knobloch commercial where they got some heckler in the stands who's saying Knobloch, like over and over in the background, and Chuck and Chuck's talking to like Justin Morneau or somebody, and he's all like, "Gosh, like, who's that yelling? I don't know. I got this." And all of a sudden, you hear the crack of the bat. Nah, and I don't remember what the commercial was like for. I just remember Chuck Knobloch hitting a home run that bashed the guy in the face. So.
Stevens, for some reason, decided to take shots at Ellie De La Cruz here. Says his crazy stat of the week, Ellie has already more career strikeouts than Tony Gwynn. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, that he was getting close. That's more of a Tony Gwynn stat than an Ellie De La Cruz stat. Here are Paul's stats of the week. He's got 3 of them this week. He's overachieving.
Overachiever.
Yeah, he said, if you want all 3, here are all 3. When the Cubs took the field in the bottom of the first on June the 7th, every player 1 through 9 was a first-round draft pick. 9 first-rounders on the field. They are the first team to ever do that in MLB history.
Crazy.
And they're still going to miss the playoffs. That's just for you. Just for you. Braves are going to come back and make things interesting. Please make that happen.
September 10th. We're already counting down.
It is
the magic number.
It is not as fun when this is not close.
Oh,
because I want to see.
Oh yes,
I want to see you start sweating. I want to see you start sweating. Sandy Koufax is second all-time with 97 games with at least 10 strikeouts by a left-handed pitcher. Who is first with 212?
Okay, say it again. I was focused
Sandy
on
Koufax. Second all-time with 97 games with at least 10 strikeouts by a left-handed pitcher. Who is first? This person had 212.
Left-handed pitcher. I was going to say Nolan Ryan, but left-handed pitcher.
No. In my opinion, I think this guy's maybe the greatest pitcher of all time. And Steven is correct. The big unit, Randy Johnson. Listen to that stat again. Randy Johnson, games with 10 strikeouts by a left-handed pitcher, 212. Sandy Koufax is second with 97. Wow. I wish I could have seen prime Randy Johnson pitch.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could have seen prime Randy Johnson pitch. I saw prime like Max Scherzer.
There are 3 guys that have 20 strikeout games. Kerry Wood, Randy Johnson, and Roger Clemens. That's it. That's the list.
And I think Randy Johnson he might be the greatest pitcher of all time. Just filthy stuff. And did you know he killed a bird once? You know he killed a bird?
Yes.
There it is. Steven brings it up. Steven remembers. He it's wild how much he loves that memory. Thinks it's even better than the Dream Team. Corey Dillon, former Bengal, has more yards from scrimmage in his career than Roger Craig, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, Marshawn Lynch, and Brandon Marshall. Listen, Corey Dillon should probably be in the Hall of Fame. Probably should be in the Hall of Fame. But because he played for the Bengals, he won't get in. Because the NFL hates the Bengals.
Yeah.
The NFL hates the Bengals.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Leroy, I am curious. We've already spent a lot of time on this, but I'm sure the big story of the week is this with the NCAA and Congress and everything that goes with this. I don't know how much you followed this as far as revenue sharing. Have you?
A little bit. Hold on. Before you finish that.
Okay.
Paul's right.
Oh, yeah.
John came up to the plate.
And he zoomed him over the head, right?
And he takes his batting helmet, he puts it on backwards, and he switches sides. And Johnson was laughing so hard, he almost fell off the mound. That's how hard. Nolan Ryan once threw a no-hitter against the Tigers, and on the very, very last at bat, one of the Tigers guys found a wooden leg of a piano and brought it out, saying basically that it didn't matter what he brought out there, he wasn't going to get a hit. So I'm telling you, like it's nice when those guys can laugh at themselves over just the sheer agony of trying to. Croc was one tough mofo, man. Like, dude was legit, and so to see him basically kind of cower at the plate from old Randy Johnson was quite something. All right, go ahead. So revenue sharing.
Let's just do a couple of minutes on this, just because I mean it's a huge story in NCAA, and pretty much what the long story short is that
The game that you love. The game that you love is dead.
Says Leroy.
Sam Sam thinks it's the greatest thing ever.
Did I say that? No. My philosophy is can I do anything about it? No. So, guess we just have to embrace it.
I'm embracing it. I'm gonna buy college football 26, and I'm gonna play as Northwestern, so they get
to get some more NIL
$5 for every 1,000 games that I play. That way, I can help I can say that I help the NIL, man.
But now they're saying that pretty much these schools are going to have, I think it's $21 million or so on, and they're going to be able to divvy it up between sports. And it is just going to be so fascinating how these schools decide to do it. This is the interesting thing.
Are there rules over like how much can go to each sport?
No. So that's what I was just going to get to. The SEC, they wanted to do that. They wanted to make something, and just for the sake of discussion, they wanted to say of the $21 million, they wanted to say that 15 went to football, 3 went to men's basketball, 1.5 went to women's basketball, and then whatever the rest is, you could do with what you want. And Kentucky basketball was in the room and was like, no. You're not telling us how much money we can spend. Because what's fascinating about this, and why I don't think you're going to be seeing any rules on this, is because, okay, let's just use St. John's as an example. What's the main difference between St. John's and Northwestern and Kentucky? Is that St. John's does not have a football team. So then theoretically, they wouldn't have to spend that football money. They could sink it all into basketball.
Correct.
And for Kentucky, they're saying, well, we'd rather be good at basketball than we'd be good at football. So we're wanting to dump this money into football, into basketball because of this. So we don't want to have a cap on it. So the SEC is not doing a cap. Now the Big Ten might. I'm going to say that they don't, probably for similar reasons. But this is just going to be really fascinating to watch over these next couple of months as to how this continues to change. Because right now, what the NCAA is having to do, and this is just to me is hilarious, is you're having two of the arguably the most inept organizations in the nation, Congress and the NCAA, having to work together to figure out a solution. Because, God forbid, that's what we need to do. And then it's also hilarious.
Wait till the ship is all full of water before you sit there and go, I think we have a problem.
And it is also really funny that the two, senators that are doing the most with it is Ted Cruz and Cory Booker, who are two, polar opposites, but they're having to work together to figure this out. And we're not getting into the politics of it. I just more find it hilarious.
You can make a sitcom with Cory Booker and Ted Cruz. Let me tell you.
Ted and Cory's Day in Washington or something.
Yes, I would watch that.
Fascinating. And this is just going to be so interesting to watch as to what, because so Matt Jones, from KSR, he had a phenomenal podcast. And honestly, if you're interested in this topic, I'd highly recommend go onto Spotify or your favorite podcasting platform and just search the Matt Jones Show. He interviewed Matt Norlander from Yahoo. And Matt Norlander is the authority on all of this. It's about a 45 to 50 minute discussion. Fascinating. I learned a lot about how all of this is working. And then it's a lot of questions as to the fallout from it. They were discussing of, okay, since these schools are now having to share this money with the players, are coaches going to get paid as much? Or are these coaches going to start losing money? And then the scary fallout from this is how are schools going to be able to afford it? They're going to have to make cuts.
That's just it, right? Coaches still have to get paid, but now you're having to pay a separate person, like an Andrew Luck type of guy, who's basically in charge of that whole recruiting aspect. You have to hire a different person who's in charge of the marketing and the sales aspect. So the landscape of this is changing rapidly. And once you get past Division I, you start looking at the Division II schools and the Division III schools, because all of those fall into the NJCAA and all of that other stuff, where you start to get into really some weeds as far. And one of the big things that some of these smaller schools are worried about already is losing some of their better players because of how open the transfer portal is, because of how easy it is now to switch schools. you're running into the issue where smaller junior colleges are having and you know this, are having a completely different roster from, yes, you see that at some of the top schools as well, but it's really hitting some of the lower levels really, really bad because these kids are they're getting that opportunity that they might not have had 5-10 years ago. That's open for them. That's in this transfer portal world that basically allows them to see that the grass is greener on the other side.
Isn't that part good though?
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with it, but schools are having to adjust.
Matt Norlander, though, what he said,
the system's going faster than what these schools can adjust to, as far as the way it's moving.
What he said, though, on this podcast, he said this is the most important year in college sports and the most changing since maybe integration. Just as far as everything that is going to happen with it. Because you really don't know. And it's going to be fascinating to watch. Do you have your guess the player?
I do. All right. This gentleman celebrated a birthday this week. Nobody's celebrating a birthday today. It was awful. But we do have a birthday from this week. I thought Frank Thomas was celebrating a birthday, but apparently there was a Frank Thomas from years ago. Oh, where is it?
This is great
podcasting.
Hold on
a second.
This is why people tune in.
Yes.
This is why the people tune in is to hear. Well,
this is it right here. There we go.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alrighty, so we got to do this here. Okay, so he was an MVP number 39. Okay. Silver Slugger, okay. Home Run Derby champion and a Hall of Famer. Number 39. So I assume we got an A in there.
Yeah.
Is that a Dodger? Padre? God, he played for a lot of teams. Played for a lot of teams there. Okay.
Hall of Fame MVP, 7-time All-Star, Home Run Derby champ, 2-time World Series, 3-time Silver Slugger, All-Star MVP, 2-time batting title, 3-time Gold Glove. And if this is your first time watching, I give 3 clues for this. So this is clue number 1. We'll have clue number 2, and then we'll have clue number 3.
Okay, why don't you drop in clue 2 here?
All right.
Clue 2. Wow, okay.
All right, so here is clue number 2. Whoop.
You showed something, but I didn't see it.
There's clue number 2.
339 home runs. Okay. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so 40.1 WAR, 2,700 hits, 339 home runs.
I'm assuming no longer active?
He is no longer active.
Okay. No longer active. No? Okay. A name just came to mind, but that's not right. God, it's the 39 number. That's so uncommon of a number.
Right?
That it's not. Is it a catcher?
It is not a catcher.
Okay. Because I was thinking
this guy played for Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Oakland, Milwaukee, California, and Toronto.
Is it Reggie Jackson?
It is not Reggie Jackson.
Played for the Reds.
So here is clue number 3.
Right fielder for the Reds. Oh, this is the Cobra.
Yes.
Dave Parker.
Yep.
The Cobra. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Dave Parker celebrated his birthday on June 9th. Happy birthday to Dave.
And a soon-to-be Hall of Famer.
And a Pirates Hall of Famer. And yeah. Yep.
Soon-to-be Hall of Famer. Yes, the Cobra, Dave Parker. Coming up here in a few minutes, we're going to have the next section of the first round of the fast food item bracket, too. Tell you what. We got some tough ones today. Some tough ones to come to. But first off,
you want tidbits first, really quick?
Yeah. Why don't you drop into tidbits and then we'll do now here's a guy.
All right. First of all, I have a question for the group. And Paul, you're a baseball guy. What is the advantage of a bullpen day? My gosh, lately it feels like they've been having pitchers pitch 1 inning, and then the bullpen guy will come in. Yes. But I'm not yelling at a crowd. I'm asking what the significant advantage of doing it this way is, because I don't understand. I get if you're going to pitch 3. If you're saying a bullpen day, you're going to pitch 3 innings, and then the Cubs Tigers game. The Tigers guy pitched 1 inning, and the Cubs have done this too. 1 inning start, and then they bring in somebody for like the 2nd through the 6th, and then
that's the opener.
Right. So what is the advantage of a bullpen day?
So to me, those are 2 different things. Is an opener and a bullpen day. But the opener, I know what they have realized with some guys is that they just perform better. I think it's like a mental thing of when they warm up in the bullpen, whether they can, focus on that. But I think Steven's right too with the bullpen day is that the statistics on a pitcher versus a hitter versus a pitcher the 3rd time through the order, it is amazing how much the average goes up. Because like Steven says here, the hitters adapt so much. And I think just the analytics of it say that it is something that can happen. But I think also is you're trying to save arms, especially your starters, because primarily your starters are probably the younger guys. So I think that plays into the aspect as well.
All right. There's a really cool video on YouTube. If you haven't had a chance, it's Nolan Ryan and Pete Rose hanging out and sharing baseball stories. If you have not had a chance to see Nolan Ryan and Pete Rose sharing baseball stories, it is fantastic. Just go to YouTube, type in Nolan Ryan, Pete Rose. Great 30-minute interview that I watched today. It's a little bit old. It's like 10 years old, but it's fantastic. Check it out. Sovereignty bested journalism on Saturday in a Kentucky match to win the 157th Belmont Stakes. Joey Chestnut is in talks to return to the iconic Nathan's Famous Hot Dog eating contest on July 4th. The 16-time champion was banned last year due to his sponsorship deal endorsing plant-based vegan hot dogs, which is a friendly reminder that Sam Gormley and myself will be having our own contest here on July 4th.
Why? Well, it's July 3rd, or what is it, July 2nd?
That whatever day that falls on, yeah.
July 2nd.
Where I can prove my prowess of drinking more lemonade than Sam.
Why are we doing this?
Because Paul bet us. This is all Paul's fault.
Y'all getting them lemons ready? Oh. I think we're doing we're going to try and get like the same gallon lemonade, like Milo's lemonade or whatever.
Yep.
God.
Yep. Detroit Tigers rookie right-hander Jackson Jobe needs season-ending UCL surgery on his pitching elbow. Tommy John surgery is scheduled for next week. Craig Counsell was ejected 2 games in a row. Most fire I've seen from him since he took over as manager of the Cubs. Nico Horner got ejected for saying that right there to the umpire. That's what got Nico tossed. What's the least thing that you've seen a player tossed for? Think about it for a second. What's the least? And Paul or Steven, you can answer this too. What's the least thing
and Steven, I think you don't know this story. Can I use a reason for a technical foul?
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of the assistant coaches for the girls basketball team, Elena Jones, got a technical foul a couple of years ago during a varsity game. I guess this was not this past season, but the season before. And Steven, you probably know this story. Because there was a foul called on one of the Grayson County players. And she turns and she looks at Mac, the head coach, and says, "Hey, that's her 3rd foul." And the ref goes and like tees her up. And she's like, "What?" He's like, what are you teeing me up for? It's like, I don't want to hear you saying that. It's like, I was just telling him that's like her, or whatever foul it was, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or whatever it was. And I guess the official thought it was like, how dare you call another foul? Ah! But then the funny thing is Elena is the most like low key, just super nice and funny, but just a really funny scenario.
I would just like to point out that I've yet to get technical, which is amazing. I just want to point that out.
Steven's come close a couple. No, I'm kidding. I had to watch a crew. We had some members of our crew that I was like, "Hey, watch out.
Andrew McCutcheon hit a milestone 3-run home run in the 5th inning as the Pirates defeated the Marlins 5-2. But the shot was his 6th of the season, and 241st in 12 seasons with the Pirates. He moves past Hall of Famer Roberto Clemente into third place on the franchise's career list. Willie Stargell and Ralph Kiner are ahead of McCutchen. Barry Bonds is fifth with 176.
Steven does bring this. I do kind of remember this. A catcher got rung for asking for another ball or something. I kind of remember this happening.
Yes. Was that in spring training or was that like week one, week
minor
two,
league?
Early in the season.
I remember this. What, last 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah. The Knicks are the worst run franchise as of right now, and it's not even close. They fired Thibodeau last week, and now are trying to pick up every coach under the sun. They requested permission to speak with Mavericks coach Jason Kidd. Dallas told him to go away. So the Knicks have now been denied on Kidd, Chris Finch, and Houston's coach, Coach Aduka. And apparently there's a couple other coaches that they've tried to get that
Billy Donovan.
That the teams have just been like, go away. Yeah, you're not.
I mean,
so I don't know
did they not hear about your prowess with the Jazz?
No one's called me yet, all right? And in fact, I got 2 rejection emails this week. So not only am I not being told yet, I've actually been told, go away. So, I mean.
Listen, we like being told to go away, though.
Go away. We don't like being ignored. That's the difference.
I do like Stevie. Bobby Knight for offering an old lady a chair on the other side of the court. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think it was JT Real Muto, Paul. I think that's right. I think it might have been Real Muto.
The Packers announced that they're releasing Jair Alexander, cornerback. So Nick Chubb has signed a 1-year deal, $2.5 million with the Houston Texans. That's going to make an interesting back room for the Texans, running back room. Murray State joins Coastal Carolina, Arizona, Oregon, Louisville, UCLA, Arkansas, and LSU in the World Series in Omaha. So,
good for Murray.
Yep. Let's see what else we got for you today. Lane Hudson with 60 assists. He's taking home the Calder Memorial Trophy in hockey. That's really just a Paul stat because I know how much he likes his hockey stats. Speaking of hockey, TJ Oshie retired. 16 seasons, had a great Olympic performance against the Russians in the Olympics. 1,010 games, 302 goals, 393 assists. The UFL championship is set. Michigan Panthers take on the DC Defenders. I know you're all excited for the UFL championship. I know you. I know you're pretty excited about that. Let's see what else we got. Porsche Penske Motorsports have been disqualified again, this time from Le Mans, the 24-hour World Endurance Championship race. They failed to meet the minimum weight and been moved to the rear of the hypercar field for that 24-hour race. NASCAR Mexico this weekend, and there was funny videos of like all of the trucks trying to go through the border down to Mexico. And those poor customs guys having to go through that whole. Do you think they go through the truck? Or do you think they're just like, you know what, just go ahead, just go ahead.
Yeah, we'll have our picks on that a little bit later on the show as well.
That's my stats. That's my tidbits for the day.
Those are Leroy's tidbits. So it's now time for Now Here's a Guy. Your theme this week is the 2001 Chicago Cubs.
Oh my
2001
goodness.
Chicago Cubs. So all 4 of these guys were on the 2001 Chicago Cubs. But I will say that what I'm doing is I am just pulling their Wikipedia picture. So some of these pictures are great. Some of these are not.
Some of them are not.
Only one though, are they wearing a Cubs jersey, I believe. So would you like 1, 2, 3, or 4 here? And now here's a guy.
Oh, Paul. 2. I'll take 2.
Number 2. Oh, you're going with a good one.
What were you doing in 2001, Sam?
I was 4.
Okay. I was oh my goodness.
Who is this? Now here's a guy.
Would you have known who this guy was
Yes. It might have taken me a second, but I would have remembered it. I guess this guy would have been like 2010, 11, 12 Reds.
I was a senior in high school in 01.
Is now currently, I was the bench coach for the White Sox. I think he was the interim manager for the White Sox, maybe, last year. Is that right?
Ozzie Guillen?
Yeah, it's not Ozzie Guillen. It is not Ozzie. No, he's currently coaching with the Nationals.
I know it's not. I know it's not Ozzie. I know it's not.
Yes, he was the interim manager when La Russa stepped down. Who is this? This would be Miguel Cairo.
Oh my goodness.
Miguel Cairo.
There's a name I haven't heard in a while. I'm going to say that about every single one of these. Now, there's a guy I haven't heard from in a while.
1, 3, or 4?
4.
Number 4. Number 4. Wikipedia is a little cruel to you on this one. Little cruel to you.
Is this the human rain delay?
I don't. Is that his nickname? Who is the human rain delay?
Is it Steve Traxel?
No. It is not
Steve Traxel. Steve Traxel was called the human rain delay.
This guy pitched multiple years with the Cubs. In fact, the last game he ever pitched in the major leagues was also with the Cubs.
Is that Leiter?
Say it again.
Leiter? Is that Leiter? I think Al Leiter.
It is not Al Leiter, but you are close.
Lily.
This is
Ted Lily?
No. John Lieber.
Oh, John Lieber.
There's a name for you in the past there. Okay, would you like 1 or 3 here?
1.
1. Another former Red that you drop in here. And yeah, the Wikipedia, very cruel to you on this. Very cruel. I will say,
large screen monitor, man, trying to see. I'm glad I'm not on my phone. I'll tell you what.
I will say his son is currently in the major leagues. His son is currently in the major leagues.
Mark Leiter, that was his name. Mark Leiter. I know it was one of the Leiter guys.
This guy's nickname was Stormy. He was the Reds closer for a couple of years.
2001.
This would be David Weathers. Weathers. And the last one here. See, I'm even nice enough to give you just a little bit of his last name there. Just a little bit.
S.
It is. Look at that. Look at me being all nice over here. Giving you an ST on that. Wikipedia is doing it. Yep. David Weathers. Yep. Paul, you are exactly right that his son did get hit in the head the other day.
Got hit in the head by the catcher. Let's make that very obvious. He got hit in the head by his own catcher. Poor dude.
Who is this?
Yes. I don't know.
This would be Matt Stairs.
Oh, Stairs had a good career with Oakland. He didn't do a whole. He had like 3 months that he was really, really good for the Cubs, but he was much better in Oakland than he was in Chicago.
Matt Stairs. You probably weren't expecting a Matt Stairs mention today on the podcast.
I was not. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
If you'd like to ask our answer first here for some play clock before we have our fast food item bracket voting.
I will ask first.
Go for it.
What, in your opinion, what is hurting baseball more? Billionaire owners who are buying everything up or cheap owners who refuse to pay their players?
Yes.
That's not what I asked.
Yes. No, yes, it's both. I mean, it is equally both because you have too much of both. Like, I mean, you have too much of Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, and you have too much of Pirates, Reds, and, whoever, Rockies, whoever else you want to throw into that realm, that it's just going to keep on separating and separating and separating and separating, and it's just going to hurt things in the long run. Probably the cheap guys, if I had to pick, is maybe a little bit more. But still, I think both are equally responsible for hurting baseball. I don't even need the full 40. Look at that. An expert.
Legend.
Would you rather have a flying car or be able to teleport anywhere?
Teleport anywhere. Flying car, I still got to pay for gas and maintenance and mechanic stuff. If I can teleport, I just got to take the pill or buy the thing or use my watch and be like, I want to be at work right now, or I want to be outside Wrigley Field right now. Teleport all day long, man. That would be fantastic. I just got to make sure I pronounce it correctly so I don't end up in the wrong spot.
Like Harry Potter, Diagon Alley kind of
thing. Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Do you think you'll ever be able to drive a flying car in your lifetime?
No, you might. I won't.
Now, is that because you think you're going to croak like relatively soon, or?
Absolutely. How I'm alive right now. I mean, let's be real.
It's a wonder. It's a wonder. It's a wonder. Yeah. I have you in the Deadpool that we have, and I'm just waiting on it.
Yes. I can't go until after the 26th, though. I've got Cubs Cardinals tickets and a bunch of other stuff.
Steven is right. So. Why are you going outside Wrigley? If you can teleport, go inside. You can go in the locker room then. Go in the clubhouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's right. Okay, what's your question?
All right. Please don't give me the Sam Gormley answer to this. Please actually give me a decent response to this one. No, you know how once I give you the question, you'll know why I said that. All right. One of the things that I hate is the best college football team could beat the worst NFL team. That's ridiculous. It could never happen. There's no way any of the best college football teams could ever beat any crummy football. It just wouldn't happen, okay? But what would happen if the Savannah Bananas played the Colorado Rockies? Could the Savannah Bananas beat the Colorado Rockies?
Are they playing banana ball or real baseball? Regardless, it doesn't matter. I mean, the Rockies would kill them. They would kill them. They would kill them. I mean, the Bananas, most of these players are rejected minor league players or guys that didn't make it. Because even the the Rockies are awful. They're awful. But they're still a better than any minor league team. It's a silly thing. John says the Bananas would win. Paul says the Rockies would smoke them. Pitching would be the difference, though, as Steven says.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pitching Even bad pitching in Major League Baseball is better than anything those Bananas are seeing.
Yeah.
Would you rather, another one for you here, have a superpower that you can only use once per year, but it can be whatever superpower you want, or have a mediocre / bad superpower that you can use every single day?
What would be mediocre?
So this mediocre removes flying, removes teleportate, super strength and all that.
Probably superpower once a year. Superpower once a year.
What would be the power then?
I can see the future.
How stressful would it be, though, to know, is this my once per year moment? Is this really worth it? I don't know. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Next round.
Oh my goodness.
Fast food bracket. So if you missed us last week, we started our brand new bracket for the best fast food item. Please vote in the comment section for this. The ones that advanced last week was the Sonic Cherry Limeade, the A&W Root Beer Float, Five Guys Cheeseburger, Cookout Tray, the Whopper, the Frosty, McDonald's Fries, roast beef from Arby's, Captain D's Shrimp, onion rings from Burger King, chicken fingers from Zaxby's, KFC chicken, Panera's broccoli cheddar soup, the taco from Taco Bell, Domino's pepperoni pizza, and the Baconator. Christy just says, okay. What have you all already botched?
McGriddles. That's what they botched. They botched McGriddles.
McDonald's fries over McGriddle. I don't think that's so crazy. This is the second week of it.
Horrible matchup.
Okay. You have to blame ChatGPT for that. You have to blame.
Oh, I will.
GPT. Paul, the shrimp from Captain D's was over the Frappuccino, though, from Starbucks, and I felt like you were even doing that. No, the Nuggies was never recounted, John. If you want to go back and recount, you can. You ready for the first matchup of today?
He's filed a formal protest. I just want you to know. He's filed an absolute formal protest.
The first one today is the 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell versus the biscuit from Popeyes.
Clearly a suicide attempt. He deliberately ate a biscuit from Popeyes without any water.
I do like the biscuit. Now, you got to have a little beverage on the side. That is needed, but it is pretty good. However,
I'll go with Taco Bell just to piss Paul off.
And I think the beefy 5-layer burrito is delicious. It is delicious. And that is 3 votes for the burrito, 4 votes for the burrito. We know Paul Reeves is also going to vote for Taco Bell. Taco Bell advances. Popeye's biscuit with honey, Paul says.
Oh.
That is the shocker of the century, isn't it? That Paul votes against Taco Bell.
Next
up, the patty melt from Culver's. The patty melt from Culver's versus potato olays from Taco John's.
Oh.
The patty melt from Culver's versus Taco John's potato olays.
John's never had olays once. John's definitely never had Taco John's. I don't know if any of the other guys have. That's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem.
So if you've never had this, you can abstain.
Potato olays are hash browns, basically. Tater tots. Sorry, not hash browns.
I'm going to vote for the potato olays, though.
Same.
Christy is also voting for the potato olays. That's 3 votes for the potato olays. I do like Culver's, but the patty melt would not be the one that I go with. Never have either, but if my vote still counts, I love a good patty melt. You didn't hear cheese. And Paul's going to take the tots, so Taco John's advances. Next up, a Pizza Hut pan pizza.
Oh, is it like the book club one? You're too young for that. Paul, remember the book club? Get your own personal pan pizza from Pizza
against the Wendy's chili. Pizza Hut pan pizza against chili from Wendy's.
Pizza Hut, and it's not even close for me.
Pizza Hut's the worst of the main pizza places.
Great. It's still Wendy's chili.
And I will vote for the Wendy's chili over this, without question. John's voting for Pizza Hut. So that's 2 votes Pizza Hut, 1 vote Wendy's. Steven votes for Pizza Hut. Paul says he cheated on the book club just to get those pizzas. Yeah.
Paul knows.
Never read those books, Paul says.
No, he had to read he had to read like 6 books to get free a free pizza.
Free pizza was Christmas morning.
That's funny.
Papa John's is not the worst.
That cracks me up, man.
Pizza Hut advances.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Next up to me, this is a 1 versus the 16 seed that somehow
it's gotta be the Baconator versus so.
No,
go ahead.
This is
go
one.
ahead.
Baconator was last week. No, this is one versus somehow like a 16 seed that's under 500 goes on a Cinderella run and wins their tournament, and everybody's like, "Oh, good job."
Yeah.
So you have the Krispy Kreme original glazed donut against orange chicken from Panda Express. I mean, this is a 95-point beatdown. There is not much, but this is the Krispy Kreme glazed donut is a national champion contender. Because if you have never had a fresh one, you cannot vote against it. The donut wins.
I feel like you did all these matchups on purpose. I feel like you're just telling me that you used ChatGPT.
I did.
Give me 1 second. Hold on.
We got 3 votes for the donut. What are you voting for while you do it?
Donut.
Krispy Kreme advances while we do it. Tell you what, that was some great parenting right there, Leroy. The light on is a conspiracy. I don't know that it's a conspiracy. When the light's on, I've always had success when it's been on. Next up, we got a chicken strip battle. Raisin Cane's chicken strips versus Dairy Queen chicken strips.
Oh,
that's what I had for my dinner last night, was the Dairy Queen chicken strips. And you know what? I'm voting for the Dairy Queen for one reason.
Dream Team. Wait, what?
What? The Dairy Queen gets it because if we're breaking this down, you got to go with the dipping sauce. And Dairy Queen gives me the gravy, and it's better than Cane's sauce. So I'm voting for Dairy Queen. So we have 2 votes for Dairy Queen.
Cane's.
So we have 2 votes for Cane's, 2 votes for the Dairy Queen. Of course you voted for Cane's. Of course you did.
Are you kidding me? I've never other than Bowling Green, I've never lived in a town that had a Dairy Queen with regular food.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
3 votes for the Dairy Queen. 3 votes for the Dairy Queen. It looks like Dairy Queen takes down Cane's. Next up, the corn dog from Sonic versus the Dunkin' Donuts glazed donut.
Oh, Dunkin'.
See, I'm going to vote the corn dog on this. The Dunkin' donut is not as good as the Krispy Kreme donut. And what Sonic does, though, is they do like the 50-cent corn dog days, which means I can go there and I can get like 6 corn dogs for like $3. We've got 2 votes for the corn dog, 3 votes for the corn dog, 1 vote for the donut from Dunkin' Donuts. Wow. I wasn't expecting to win this one. I felt like this was going to be one that I was going to lose. But Steven, you've never had Dunkin' Donuts? Interesting. Sonic corn dog advances. Next up, a Dairy Queen Blizzard versus curly fries from Arby's.
There's an awful lot of Dairy Queen stuff on this in this tournament.
That is only the second Dairy Queen option that we've had. And there are only 2 Dairy Queen options in this entire tournament.
Is there?
Yeah, I just looked. There's 2.
Where did you come from?
So we have the Blizzard against the Arby's curly fries. And
Arby's.
I've said this before. I love Arby's. The fries, though, no. I'm voting for the Blizzard. So we have 2 votes for Arby's, 1 vote for the Blizzard. Steven votes for the Blizzard to make it tied at 2-2. This is a tough one. But the Blizzard, you also get some doing. And Paul votes for the Blizzard, so the Blizzard advances.
Been a horrible right side of the bracket. I just want you to know that.
Are you ready? This might be one of the toughest matchups.
Yes, let's go.
Chick-fil-A waffle fries against the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I'm going to lose, but waffle fries.
Popeyes. Yeah, I got to vote for the Popeyes. I like the waffle fries a lot.
I'm not a big chicken sandwich guy. I love the tenders.
You don't like a chicken? What is wrong with a chicken sandwich?
I'm just not a big chicken sandwich guy. Love chicken. But I'm more of a nuggies, tenders type of guy than I am a sandwich.
Okay, so it is tied 2-2. Right now, it looks like Steven Smith might have to break the tie in the comments section right now. Is it going to be the waffle fries or the Popeyes chicken sandwich? Listen, the Popeyes chicken sandwich, you got that crunchy bite into it. It is, Paul, you have had a lot of bad takes. And that might be your worst. Steven votes for Popeyes, and Popeyes advances. I don't disagree with Steven here. When the waffle fries get cold, they go way down.
Why are you letting them get cold, Steven?
That is true. Fries from Five Guys against the Egg McMuffin from McDonald's. Have you lost all of these today? Now that I'm thinking, have you been on the wrong end of almost all of them?
It's been a brutal day, I'm telling you. I'm gonna lose again because I'm gonna lose again. I'm gonna go with fries from Five Guys.
I'm gonna vote for the Egg McMuffin. Oh man, I'm gonna vote for the Egg McMuffin on this, especially if there's sausage on it.
No. Y'all voted against the McGriddle. That's fine. I'm gonna vote against your darn McMuffin. I'm not a big of the bread of the McMuffin.
Steven, you don't get to defer your vote to Leroy. It doesn't work that way.
You heard the man.
So I guess it's going to be Five Guys fries that advance. I mean, if you want to vote for the fries, you can vote for the Five Guys fries. John doesn't vote, and Leroy finally gets a win. The Five Guys fries advances. Next up, Sonic's Tater Tot against the Quarter Pounder with cheese from McDonald's. You broke up. What did you vote for?
Quarter Pounder with cheese.
I love the tater tots.
I'm not happy about this one either.
I love the tater tots. Sonic's tater tots, when they're fresh,
amazing,
really good,
amazing.
Really good. But I almost
got Sonic today, but I got sidetracked. I didn't get over there.
I'm voting for the Quarter Pounder though. I'm with you though. I don't love it, but I think it needs to happen. And the Quarter Pounder runs away with this one. Oh boy. You're going to hate this one. You are going to hate this one. The Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell against an Auntie Anne's soft pretzel. The Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell against a soft pretzel from Auntie Anne's.
Supreme, but this is stupid. I feel like you did all these on purpose. I know you're all saying you did ChatGPT, but the conspiracy theory is strong in this one, my friend.
I will vote for the Crunchwrap Supreme on this one as well. John, though, votes for Auntie Anne's to make it 2-1. So Auntie Anne's is not going to get shut out on this one. Steven votes for the Crunchwrap. We know Paul will vote for the Crunchwrap because he loves all things Taco Bell. Never had the pretzel, Paul says. Crunchwrap Supreme advances. Next up, another Taco Bell. The Locos Taco against the McFlurry from McDonald's.
Well, that's not even fair because the McFlurry machine never works. So I'll go Taco Bell.
I agree. The Locos Taco wins this.
Locos Tacos.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I don't know the last time I had a McFlurry. When's the last time you had a McFlurry?
2 years ago.
Oh, it's been 10 years at least for me, probably.
2 years ago.
Taco Bell wins this one as well.
John says the flurry isn't real. John doesn't even think the flurry is real.
We have 4 more matchups. The Taco Bell Gordita Crunch against one of Paul Reeves's favorite restaurants, Long John Silver's Hush Puppies.
Hush Puppies from where?
Long John Silver's. We know how Paul feels about Long John Silver's.
Yeah,
we also know how Paul feels about Taco Bell.
Taco Bell too.
So Paul, you got to vote. You got to vote on this.
I'll go Hush Puppies.
You're voting against Taco Bell?
I'm a big Gordita fan.
Wow. I'm voting for the Gordita Crunch without question. So that's 2 votes for the Gordita Crunch, 1 vote for the Hush Puppies. Yeah, this is a weaker matchup. Paul's voting for Taco Bell. Oh my. So the Taco Bell wins.
Yeah, but not the good Taco Bell. There's no double-decker Taco Supreme, which is a joke. Because greatest menu item ever.
You can't buy it it's no longer on the menu.
Oh, I custom make it. What you do is you get the what's the one that's got the Fritos in it already?
Beefy Frito burrito or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the double stack taco, and you take out the Frito stuff, and you switch out the nacho cheese with refried beans, and you're good to go, man.
The famous bowl from KFC against a Qdoba chicken burrito.
KFC.
Yeah, I'm with you. The famous bowl wins this. Famous bowl is a Final Four contender in my eyes.
John's
He's still mad about the Baja Blast. Listen, I love the Baja Blast too. I'm voting for the famous bowl from KFC. 3 votes for the famous bowl from KFC. Steven's voting for the KFC famous bowl, so that advances. This one is a relatively easy one in my book. This next one. Fries from Rallies / Checkers, depending on, which you have, against the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Calorie count is nearing 6 figures. Yeah, I mean, no one
gave that up years ago.
Clearly. Yeah, clearly. I'm voting for the
What's
Chick-fil-A.
that supposed to mean, Gormley?
It's exactly what it's supposed to mean. You know exactly what it's supposed to be. The minute you didn't have to climb that hill, anymore.
I put on a couple pounds. All the late nights McDonald's runs because we had a game until 10 o'clock.
Is that what it is?
I work next to a Casey's. What did you expect? Chick-fil-A.
I vote for Chick-fil-A too, so Chick-fil-A advances. And the final one. Is everything okay in your home tonight?
Lexi has a friend over, and apparently they're doing TikTok challenges, and I've tried to get them to shut up, and it hasn't
Do they not
worked.
realize we're doing a podcast?
No, they don't care.
Nacho fries from Taco Bell against the Big Mac.
Big Mac.
Nacho fries from Taco Bell against the Big Mac. My hot take.
Oh, here we go.
I don't like the Big Mac.
Shocker.
I don't like the Thousand Island, though.
I think we've had this conversation before.
I think we did. I don't either, Paul. I don't have TikTok either.
Oh, my gosh, Lexi.
It is tied 2-2 right now between the Big Mac and Nacho fries. So it might be Steven Smith to come in here to break the tie between the Big Mac and Nacho fries to see who advances into it. I'm with it, Steven. I couldn't agree more. The Big Mac is eliminated. Wow. I honestly, though, can I be honest? I never thought I would see you roll your eyes at a Taco Bell item getting eliminated in this challenge. And you just did. You just did. Okay. Your second round matchup.
I like nacho fries. Don't get it twisted.
Your second round matchups on next week's edition of the show. We will have the Sonic Cherry Limeade versus the A&W Root Beer Float. A cheeseburger from Five Guys against a cookout tray. Burger King's Whopper against the Frosty from Wendy's. McDonald's fries against the Arby's roast beef sandwich. That'll be a tough one. Captain D's shrimp against the onion ring from Burger King.
Paul hates all of these.
He does. Fried chicken from Zaxby's against fried chicken from KFC. Panera's broccoli cheddar soup against the Taco Bell taco. Domino's pepperoni pizza against the Baconator. Taco Bell 5-layer burrito against the potato olays from Taco John's. Pizza Hut pizza against Krispy Kreme glazed. Dairy Queen chicken strips against the Sonic corn dog. The Dairy Queen Blizzard against Popeye's chicken sandwich. Five Guys fries against the Quarter Pounder. Taco Bell Crunch Wrap against the Locos Taco. There's one for you that you got to think about. The Gordita Crunch against the Famous Bowl, and the Chick-fil-A sandwich against Nacho Fries. Nacho Fries. So that is what we get to look forward to on the future of FTP. You ready to do some NASCAR picks and get us on out of here for today?
We've got drivers. Or we got autographs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep, you're right. You're right.
All right.
I knew I was forgetting something.
So we have our theme for the week, and we have 3 autographs. All you got to do is tell me who these autographs are.
Wait a sec. I'm sorry. Steven's
What?
dropping in an actual NASCAR pick. He's got Daniel Suarez this week. Daniel Suarez is an actual driver, is he not?
Yes, they're in Mexico. Suarez is a big reason why they're in Mexico. Yes.
So Daniel Suarez is his pick. Okay, we got autographs here.
All right, here's autograph number 1. Let me know if you need it bigger.
Let's see here. 28. Okay, I got this one.
2,097 yards, 2012 is written on the football. And it looks like the number 28.
This would have to be AP, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
Adrian
Absolutely. All right. Here's the next one.
Did Paul get this like within 5 seconds of you putting it up on the screen? It's not Marshall Faulk though, is it?
No.
No. Is this Todd Gurley?
Is it?
I don't know. That's my guess.
Is that your guess?
Sure.
It is Todd Gurley. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And
shout out to Georgia on this one. Okay.
You ready for number 3?
Okay. Drop it. Yeah, this one I'm going to need a zoom.
All right.
Super Bowl XLIV. So that would be 44.
Yep.
Super Bowl 44. Oh, gosh. This is one I don't think I'm going to get. That autograph is not very telling. Reggie Bush? That's my guess.
Paul says Big Ben.
I would hope you wouldn't do that.
To you? Grab all Steelers players? Oh, I should do that one of these weeks.
Who is this?
Grab all Reggie Bush. Good job.
Oh, okay, good.
You got
Reggie Bush. Okay, good.
So what's the theme? We got
They're
Reggie Bush.
All running backs?
All running backs that what?
Won the rushing title or something?
They were all running backs that got drafted in the first round.
Oh, okay. I don't know if they all won a rushing title or not. They may have done that as well. I don't know if Reggie Bush did, because I think Gurley did, and I know AP did.
AP absolutely did, yeah.
Mexico City is where they are this week. Steven is voting for Suarez. I'm going to drop in there an SVG pick. Shane, I'm not even going to try and tell you what is Shane von Gisbergen, right? Or something? Is that right?
Yeah.
The overall standings right now, I have 451. Leroy is 434. Paul at 364. John at 274. Mike has 147. Steven at 43. And Blake has 39. Look at John here. I don't even, how do you say that guy's last name? Carson, right? Hocevar?
Yep.
Tell you what, I wouldn't have expected his name to pop up from John Malone. Wouldn't have expected it.
I'm going back to back. I'm going Hamlin.
Well, that wouldn't be back to back for you. You haven't picked Denny Hamlin all season.
No, I just mean that he won last week.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, you haven't picked him at all this week or this season. Everybody is open to pick whoever they want to. Paul, you can pick whoever you want. Steven says he should get 100 points. You know what, Steven? If Daniel Suarez wins this week, I'll give you 100 points. Does that sound good? I'll give him 100 points. If
what
Suarez
a guy.
Week, we'll give you 100
I tell you what, if Suarez does win this week, Mexico might riot. I mean, that place might go ballistic if Suarez wins that race.
Paul is going to go with Christopher Bell this week. Any parting thoughts this week here?
No, we're moving closer and closer to the trade deadline for baseball. The NBA finals are going on right now in what has been an actual, really close matchup. Pacers are leading 116 to 1. Nope. Pacers won 116 to 107. That final just coming in. Pacers take a 2-1 series lead in that matchup. Really, really good matchup over there. NHL finals are going on right now as well. Florida leads that series 2-1. They beat the Oilers 6-1 the other day. That series continues on Tuesday night. So 2-1 in both series. But yeah, that Pacers game just coming in just a moment ago. That game just wrapped up, picking up a big win at home.
We could have new champions this time next week. We'll have that. We'll have recaps and so on. We'll have the next round of the pick contest. We're inching closer towards the lemonade drinking contest as well because we're idiots.
Yes.
We are idiots. Thanks, everyone, for listening this week. We appreciate you, as always, for joining us, voting, and so on. Was that a real yawn during the NHL update? It might have been.
No, he's just a jerk.
It might have been. It might have been. I'm also tired. I'm running on not a lot of sleep. Not a lot of sleep.
Oh, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Have a good rest of your week. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, everyone.